local. So let's walk that through. Is it my perspective that defines the priority here today? Again, if the white supremacy system, if this white power structure, if this nation that you have so much faith in, Megalodog, settle down. If this system should fail right now, what will your babies need? What will your babies need? When you look into your, if this system should fail right this minute, right? And you look into your baby's eyes, what will you wish you had spent your time doing? Earning money, working at Lowe's, when the critical need to preserve life into the next 72 hours falls directly under your responsibility. If suddenly white people are no longer there, if their government should fall, if their power systems should fall, if any element of their system should fail, where does that leave you and your loved ones? What do they need? When you look into your baby's face, what will they need? Will it be the bag? The bag that you've worked for, that your conscious woke keep talking about the bag, and right? Is it what about the cryptocurrency, right? Come, I'm going to show you how to make something from nothing, and then surprised when it turns back into nothing, right? Your talkers, those who have your attention, those who you listen to, what is the end result? If again, simple, power goes out. If the power goes out, what will you look into your children's face and wish you had prepared and had well in hand? What will you wish? I can answer it. It's not the reason that I can so clearly and without ambiguity say these things is because they are true for every single species that is alive. For every sentient being, there exists a hierarchy of needs, right? And so what has happened is we've become so comfortable with a master providing our hierarchy of needs that our leaders never consider them. Oh, they consider the bag. They talk about metaphysical things. We talk about what we should call ourselves and whether or not we should wear cabbage on our heads and all this conscious woke bullshit, right? All this shit. All of it assuming that the white man is completely infallible, that there's just no way that his system could fail. Nothing could possibly happen that could cause this white man to no longer be able to provide our water and our food. And we live comfortably in this state. We act, and our mouths, listen to your woke conscious talkers. They say, they don't support, or they're anti white supremacy and they're anti this system and but that's what their lips are saying. But if they don't know how to filter water, their entire life is saying that they do trust that white people will always be there. And so, again, I'll swing back around to the question that I asked. What is it that you will hope that you had spent your time learning at the point of any area of their system failing? What will it be? The first one will be water, right? Your babies will be looking to you for water. See, they don't know that you defer to white people as a supreme being. They don't know that all of your hopes, everything that you've ever planned, culminates in counting on another man. They don't know that. To your children, you are God. You are the ultimate authority. You have complete and total responsibility, and you will be the one to ensure that they are able to survive and that they come through. So they will be looking to you. Okay? They will be looking to you. And at that point, what will they be looking for? Water. Do you know what happens when someone dehydrates, when they die of dehydration? You know what happens? You know how it goes? The lips begin to dry and crack. See, the body is trying to preserve itself. The body is trying to stay alive at all costs. The body will sacrifice extremities in order to stay alive. It will take the moisture from extremities, right? When you get cold, the first frostbite concern is your extremities, your hands, because your body will pull all of the blood in your body to your trunk, to your heart, to try to keep you alive. All of the organs require the energy of your body. So in the case of great fear, in the case of hypothermia, in the case of trauma, the body will try to preserve itself and it will pull everything into the trunk. Okay. So when someone dies of dehydration, your body begins to wick moisture from everywhere, right? Until it depletes it. It will take it from everywhere. Okay. Until it depletes it. Then the lips will begin to crack. And the throat begins to tighten like um like a rubber gasket that's drying out. It gets brittle. It gets tight. And it is potentially one of the worst ways one could die. And 72 hours without water, and we're dead, right? 72 hours without water. And meanwhile, your talkers and your conscious and your woke, they're telling you about, you know, crystals and what to call ourselves and what paperwork we need to file. And they're focused on all these different things. But and I'm telling you, as you listen to them, they're capturing your attention. And guess what? That very minute that you had your attention captured by them, you could have went to YouTube and figured out how to build water filters instantly. The same moment that you're listening to these fucking peacocks, you could have learned how to produce power instantly. You could have learned how to do those things that your babies are going to look into your face and expect you had in hand. But unfortunately, again, we have so much faith in white people that we don't even factor the essential elements that keep us alive. It's beyond me. And again, I seek continuity of purpose. I'm teaching the lessons that my mother gave me, that my father gave me, right? I'm speaking the same things. Read The Fall of America. Go look at Elijah Muhammad's book. If I contradict that man, please call me out. If I'm contradicting Marcus Garvey, please call me out. If I'm contradicting Frederick Douglass, call me out. These conscious woke fools. Do you know how many of these people I'll get into and I don't, man, that's why I hate, yeah, we'll get back to that. You know how many conversations I get into when the brothers jump in and they say, freedom is a state of mind. One of these damn, conscious woke, he got twigs in his hair and chews on sticks and does all that bullshit, right? And you know how many of them jump in and say, freedom is a state of mind? Yeah, all right. But again, if massa fails, what happens to your free state of mind? along with your free ass. What happens? Right? So, I mean, and again, it will be my fondest desire and fondest wish to never be on social media again, ever. It'll be my fondest wish to, my brother asked me today and was surprised by the answer. He asked me today, how would you feel if you were the only one left on earth? He asked me. And I had to qualify the question. I had to ask, well, so wait a minute. If I was the last one on earth and humans were here, like their houses are still there, their stuff, everything that everyone had is all still there, and I'm the only one left, I'd have a freaking ball. I would have a freaking ball. I'd go through everybody's stuff. I'd talk shit about you to myself. I'd have a ball, right? That would be a dream to me. But I do look forward to the day where I do not have to be on social media, where I do not have to, where turning on the television produces nothing of value, right? You turn on the television in Africa, you know what you see? Indian soap operas. Yeah, from Bollywood. That's what you see when you turn on the TV in Africa. So I look forward to the day where I can remove all of this media um, from my life. I do not want to see these idiots, these talkers who are focusing you on, you know, like take any one of the topics, take any one of them that is so popular, and all of our people are just enamored and they sound real conscious. Build black wealth. But in order for black wealth to exist, white fucking supremacy must be there, right? Like, if black wealth is predicated upon white dollars, what the hell are you building? Nothing. Nothing. If black wealth can only exist as long as white people are still printing the money, still setting the interest rate, still taking a fraction of every single penny we ever get, as long as black wealth is predicated upon white solvency, then you lose. You're not winning. But you got these idiots. You got these idiots, man, that are using buzzwords and having our people repeat this bullshit. And so then you got another one that spins up, he makes a couple of $1,000s because he holds a seminar and people come in and they listen to that bullshit and they all, yeah, that's great. This is all good idea. And you're not winning. You're not winning. You're losing comfortably and slowly. The people, you know what? And unfortunately, they can't hear me. My clothes don't match, right? My my house is a mess. It's big, but I don't flash nothing. My car is a Kia, right? I don't flash nothing. So because of that, they can't hear me. They need me to go into debt to white people to reflect that I know what I'm talking about, that I have money or that I've had money, right? They need to see me driving a Rolls Royce. And then, oh, now they want to listen, right? They need to see me self-aggrandize, right? Like these plantation peacocks. And then it makes sense, right? But the fact is, what I'm pointing to is not me. I'm not trying to say great me. I'm saying, yo, look at your baby. Look at your baby's face and recognize that they believe you are the ultimate responsibility. Meanwhile, you are counting on another man to provide you your life right here and right now. And these talkers are talking. They're talking. Look, I'm telling you, it's a countdown. And it is not a countdown. Again, at each interval, nothing that I'm saying is about me. None of it that I'm saying is about me. There is a countdown. And as you watch this nation and the water dries up and the wildfires continue, and as these viruses decimate them, and as they make knee-jerk reactions, and as you watch the dollar drop, And as you watch the infrastructure crumble, and as you watch malicious actors in cyberspaces take control of everybody's data and personally identifiable information, and take control of nuclear dumps, and take control of their mission critical servers, you sit comfortable that they will never fail. You sit comfortably thinking that tomorrow is assured. Hmm? I had some dude say that I was a doom and gloom kind of guy. Now I'm not a doom and gloom. I'm a prepper. I'm that's what you call me, a prepper, right? I know, and again, I don't know how many of you can say this, but I know that his system, his electricity, absolutely everything that he does for me could go down right this minute, and I can survive indefinitely. I've got the facility to be able to build any shelter that I need. I have the tools that I will need indefinitely. I have the bags, I have the boots and footwear. I've got absolutely everything that I need. I know how to produce activated charcoal. I know how to find and filter water. I've got testing ability for any water that I have. I've got silver and I can produce colloidal silver. I've got silver generators. I've got hatchets, I've got ranged weapons, I've got crossbows, I've got everything that I need to be able to survive indefinitely. Do you? Do you? So, nah, it ain't about me. It's not about me. It's about a condition that I've been preparing for my whole life. Man, my mother sat me down and I learned these things. So while everybody is on some damn, they think they so smart, they know everything. I'm not, I don't know nothing. I prepare for potentialities. You do not prepare for your enemy's intent. You prepare for their capacity. And so guess what? I couldn't be wrong because I'm not preparing for an option. I'm not preparing for something that, no, I'm preparing for the potential. There is the potential that white people fail. And we live as if there is no potential, as if it's not possible, as if they're infallible and they are supreme. So look at your talkers, listen to them. Are they telling you to learn how to filter water? Are they telling you to learn how to grow food, to store seeds? Are they telling you how to produce root cellars and how to survive? Yo, and guess what? If they're not, they're wasting your time. They're doing more than wasting your time. They're wasting your life. And the day will come that you will look into your baby's eyes. You will look into your baby's eyes, your parents' eyes, the loved ones around you's eyes, and you will wish that you had fucking listened, man. That you had fucking taken the lesson, man, and produced those things for yourself that will keep you alive. There is nothing else of value. Nothing else of value. What can you say? Again, it's not possible that I could be wrong in what it is that I'm saying. If I am, please put it in there. But what can you say? Are your morals more important than fucking life? Can you have morals if you don't have life? Can you have knowledge of self if you're not alive? Can you name yourself or get a nation? Or what can you do? Is the bag worth anything to you if you're dead? Right? So what is of value? Water is of the primary value. Food, shelter, the ability to produce medical assistance and triage if needed. These things are what keep you alive, but none of your leaders talk that. That's not glamorous. That's not the bag. They need to see, they need to flash things and have pasties on their fucking nipples, right? This is what draws a crowd. This is what's glamorous. This is what's popular. This is what the children resonate with. So they shouting out Marcus Garvey and wearing Malcolm X on their t-shirts, but live diametrically opposed to anything that those men spoke and lived for, right? And you're listening to them. They're your teachers. They've got these great big platforms and they're out here talking and they sound good, but they got no fucking plan. None. Not at any interval do their plans conclude in, and then we'll never need another man. Not ever. Not ever do their plans conclude in that? And as long as their plans do not conclude in that statement, then they are necessarily a house nigger. Because without white people, their plans could not come true. So that's a house Negro that wants Master's house to stay strong, that wants Master's house to be solvent. He'll put the fire out. Why? Because he has a vested interest in that house being strong. Should that house ever fall, everything he loves will perish under it, and he has taken no hand to be able to control those things for himself. So you walk through them. I'm not going to call them out. I don't need to. I don't need to call them out. You walk through them. You walk through your leaders. You walk through your talkers. You walk through all of those people that you're watching and listening to that are bumping their fucking gums. Do they ever culminate in, and then we will not be dependent on any other man for anything again? And if they don't, then that's a house nigga you're listening to. That's a house nigga you're following. I said it. Yo, I don't have to be fucking nice, man. I don't. I don't have to ask, right? The problem is that a lot of people really don't know me, man. And I've been very tactful, and I've been very like I've done my best to reach mine in a way that didn't hurt them, that didn't scar them. I'm not trying to leave scars on my own. I'm not. Guess what? Yo, this shit is about to end. This shit is about to crumble down. And if you have not produced a plan, if you have no plan to be able to maintain the responsibility of your own life, you don't even deserve it. Wow. Fuck. I hate to say that, man. But you tell me I'm wrong. If you do not find your life precious enough to have taken the steps to be responsible for maintaining your life, then you don't deserve your life. Period. And you are useless to us as a people, and you are useless to everyone around you. Yo, you don't like it? Change it. Change it. Learn how to filter water for your family and be able to control it for yourself. Learn how to take responsibility for your being alive into the next 72 hours. And if you don't, then shut the fuck up. Stop whining about what this man is doing, because he's the one that's providing it for you. He's the one that's doing it for you. You won't lift a hand to do it for yourself. And you're going to whine about who's doing it for you? Yo, nah, that ain't how it rolls. I don't know where you came up. I don't know how y'all live. I don't know what y'all thought, man, how this game worked, right? Look, I'm trying to just keep it funky, man. And again, you know what? It's coming off. It's coming off. The shine is coming off. Let me tell you something. I'm on my way to Africa in a week. Next week, I will be in Tanzania, and I will review the resort that we built. I'll speak through the shortcomings and the challenges that we've had in Tanzania, and like a lot. Yeah, I'm going to perform the solar workshop there. We're going to do a lot, right? And generally, when I go to Africa, or generally when like the first times that I went, I was always very nervous. Like leading up to the trip, I always felt like maybe some sort of an airplane was going to fall out of the air and land on me and keep me from ever getting to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, some kind of major catastrophe is going to happen, and I'm going to end up freaking, disemboweled in the street saying, damn it, I almost made it to Africa, right? That shit ain't never happened. Right? That ain't never happened. And this time, I'm not even there's not even like in some ways I'm thinking about whether or not I even want to deal with the hassle associated with travel into Africa right now. And in other ways, my feeling is like I really don't. I would prefer to spend what I'm spending in transitioning over there in full. Um, it's not optimal. Everything is not ready. I don't. It's not optimal. I would prefer to have a lot more solid and in place. Yeah, I could do it. I could have always done it, right? There's never ever been anything that's stopping me from being able to do it. I could do it. It's not to the extent that I want at this point. And so, one part of me is like, yeah, I'm looking forward. I always love to get back to my people, and to see some of my people, Kiama, Beatrice, you know what I'm saying? Paul, if you could come, that'd be awesome. All of my people, my executive directors from all over the continent will be there. Samson, who's just in an accident, yo, man, like I can't wait to get there and do that. It's a little interesting because, again, I would prefer to never come back, to never come back, right? Or, yeah, nah, likely to never come back. And why do I say never? Because I definitely am of the impression that it's about to get real, real ugly. And I'm not going to necessarily want to come back. I've beat the drum slowly for many, many years. And many have stood on the sides watching me and hearing me, and they think, oh yeah, it's not real popular what he's saying. He don't dress real, he ain't shit. Look at, he ain't even got no jewelry. His stuff is wood and plastic, right? He ain't nothing, right? And meanwhile, the whole time I'm telling you, I ain't never tried to be nothing. I just tried to be my mother's son, right? I ain't tried to be nothing. I ain't tried to live up to what you think or what you want or what you idealize. I'm not your daddy. I didn't apply for none of that bullshit. I don't care, right? I ain't never determined that I was going to live up to anything that you thought, right? But what I have done is I've told you the truth. And for 10 years, while I have been telling you the truth, I have been working with as many would to produce the solutions that I spoke to. I've worked to try to port over and give to mine the solutions as opposed to simply just talking. I try to go and I try to give them. And generally what happens when I go to try to give it, it's devalued. My people don't, no, they don't. They are very cavalier. They're very comfortable. They think that, again, they are living in a system with a perfect master that will always be there. They can even complain and yell and call this master names, and he's still going to provide their water. He's still going to keep them alive, right? He still is going to maintain the responsibility for their lives because he's supposed to, right? And so the direction that I point mine in is overlooked. It's forgotten. It's considered subjective. It's considered my direction. Again, I say it's going to be your babies that are looking at you and hoping that you took the time to actually maintain the knowledge to keep them alive, right? Not a job working for massa. No, 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 no. Not some telecommunications job. No, 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 no. Hard skills. How can you give your baby water? What do you do with waste, right? How do you survive absent a master? And because the majority have no clue, their efforts every day with great fervor are spent keeping master strong. They're house Negroes and they don't even know it. The majority of us are house Negroes and we don't even know it. Our every single effort is spent to keep our enemies stronger over us. And we never even try. How do you try? What do you do in order to eliminate your dependency? Just like I said, you could take that in the time that I did this video and the time that I've been speaking, you could learn how to filter water. In 10, 15 minutes, you could have learned how to filter water using material that you can find on the ground right outside right now, right? And produce one hell of a filter that will filter down to 0.00 microns. You can build that, right? But nah, they got it. There's no reason for that, right? So you got people speaking and dropping knowledge, right? In 2021 and trying to show themselves the new scholars and, and how well they speak and how much you should follow them and like them. Yeah, I'm untrusting of anyone that likes me. I'm real careful about this thing, friends, and like that. I don't, that shit makes me watch you liking me. You don't know me, right? You don't know me. All you know, again, so the problem is that the majority have a persona that is so much better than their person, right? There's no difference. What you see relative to what I say, that's who I am. I mean what I'm saying, right? So I don't have to um I don't have to be nice. Do you understand me? I don't have to fucking be nice. I don't have to ask. I don't ask them. I ain't got to ask you. Not in any scenario. I do what I want to do, right? I don't have to. So and again, the masses have become comfortable with these watered down little bitches that gotta say what the massa says, and they gotta dance around and smile, and they gotta call themselves a little bitch and all that shit, right? And so yeah, you get used to these little watered down men, right? And these watered down leaders that are trying to make a paycheck on you. That's a leech. That's an albatross, right? Because if the condition didn't persist, how would they make their living? Hmm? Any one of them. Any one of them. If the condition did not exist, how would your little talkers make money? Diametrically opposed to our greatest minds. You got this, again, I don't really need to call him out by name, but you got this one dude who has infected my people with this idea of calling themselves, what do they call it? FB1 and ADOS, and they're picking out cutesy names. Let me ask you something. Why do you take a name? Why do you have a name, right? A name is so that somebody outside can address you and you are recognizing the fact that they're speaking to you. That's it. It's for external purposes. So why did they take a name? They take a name because they plan to sit down at the table and fucking beg somebody. Hmm? They need to be called something commonly, but completely diametrically opposed to the teaching of what Malcolm X said. See, Malcolm X said that our unity is our strength. So, not to separate ourselves from those African Americans in Central America, not to separate ourselves from the African Americans in South America, not to separate ourselves from the Africans, not to separate ourselves from the Caribbeans and the Haitians and Jamaicans, and not to separate ourselves, but to unify and as an individual body begin to write policy. But that's not what these leaders are talking about. What they're trying to do is find a new position to be on their knees and and beg for their essentials. That's what they're trying to do. They need a name so that they can call them something while they're on their knees, right? That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to sit at a table across from somebody and find new ways to beg. That's what they do, right? And all this bravado. We're gonna go to war. You got guns. I got guns, right? I got I got guns. But again, if I have to count on my enemy for ammunition, then I have lost the war before I ever loaded a single chamber. Hmm? If I have to count on my enemy for water, then my enemy doesn't need to fire a single shot, and the war is won. Hmm? So all the bravado and all your plantation peacocks walking around sounding woke and bumping their gums. Yo, I got no respect. I'm more critical. I'm more critical today of our people than I am of them. Why? Because that is their nature. They ain't did nothing different for 500 years. There's no surprises there. They did the same thing for 500 years. They did it to your mother. They did it to your father. They did it to their mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers. And they have always done these things. So I am not overly critical of them anymore. That is the nature of a thing. I expect it. I expect it. Who I'm critical of is these plantation peacocks, these albatross and leeches that are making a living on keeping you confused and unable to define What are those individual things that will make a human free, right? Because again, if you should get free, how many more plantation tales will you listen to from them? How many more of their videos will draw a crowd? Huh? How many more of their little worthless books will you buy? Hidden Crayons 76. How many more of their little buttons and their self-aggrandizing seminars will you go to? When you go to their fucking seminars and you pay them, do you walk away with the ability to keep your baby alive absent any other man? What do you walk away with? A book? Yeah. And then we clap, right? This dude is good. He's great. He's and you know what? I find them worse than anybody else. I find your doctor this and doctor that worse than any member because they got your attention and they don't tell you how to be free. They don't even value freedom. If you say freedom to one of these fools, again, just like I said, they will all of them say freedom is a state of mind. We are already free. If we're already free, then Martin Luther King was wrong when he said he was dreaming of saying free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Then Malcolm X was wrong when he spoke of freedom. Is that right? Noble Drew Ali was wrong, right? Elijah Muhammad was wrong. Marcus Garvey was wrong. Frederick Douglass was wrong, right? All of these men after the Emancipation Proclamation all spoke freedom, but these little conscious niggas are free today, huh? Because they can show their ass, right? That's freedom today, huh? Because you can twerk and the white man wants you, huh? That's freedom, yeah. Free for your little children to be turned into something that you can't recognize. That's freedom, yeah. And so they would support this idea. I'm crazy because I should be learning how to dribble a basketball or trying to come up with a rap career at 60 years freaking old, right? I should be out here using my talents to be some sort of a motivational speaker and forget the fact that I'm completely dependent upon white people to exist for the next 3 days, right? That's what I should do, huh? And it's sold to you so that you're walking around and you put priority in this and that, and you think this is important and that's important, and all of these damn things have some relevance beyond your responsibility for your life. And maybe that's the scary word, huh? Maybe that's the scary word, responsibility, because no one's going to save you. And you know, again, I get into these conversations and I see these conversations, and it's almost comical if it wasn't so sad. But I saw somebody say that our ancestors survived thousands of years. We're going to be fine. Like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and your ancestors are going to come and suddenly filter your fucking water for you to stay alive, right? Some magical solution to a physical problem. Is that right? But your ancestors had the capacity of filtering water. See, they know those skills. They had the capacity to grow their food. You see, they had those skills. They had the ability to build shelter and had the intelligence to produce clothes and shoes so that they might walk and hunt and find food and be able to exist. So your ancestors are not you, right? They're not you. You have been reduced to a place where you don't even think about the water. You don't even think about building shelter and being able to elevate yourself off the ground and the bug bites that you might get out in nature. You don't even think about these things because they have always been there for you, right? Daddy white man has always been there. So your leaders don't mention these things. They got you focused on the bag and cryptocurrency and all of these things that are predicated upon white people being in power, right? So again, what are they? Them house niggas. Them house niggas. Just based on the definition of house nigga, they trying to keep that house alive. Because if that giant should ever fall, he will crush everything that they love. And but they have your attention. Look, I did this to say real quick, I'm winding down. You didn't see for 10 years, you've seen. Our houses are now being built in Zambia. I should have text messages relative to the new surveys in my hand shortly. Um, our houses are being built in Zambia. We've worked really hard. You've watched us produce reputation, produce water filtration and bottling facilities in the free state of Kwakwa, where the people needed water. You've seen us produce the reputation. You saw us build the resort. You've seen us provide solar and alternative energy workshops. You've seen us all over the continent producing the reputation and the capacity to be able to bring masses of us over there and to flourish. You've seen it, right? And everybody has watched it, and they talk. That's fine. I'm telling you, this is a wind down. These words that you're hearing from me now are a wind down. I'm going to transition the fuck up out of here. Right now, they're making it mandatory. My brother's job just said that it's mandatory for them to take the vaccine. They are mandatorily putting this in your body. Let me tell you something about medicine. The medicine is produced and tested on a mouse that has the SLC24A5 genetic mutation. Look it up. SLC24A5 genetic mutation. The mouse that they test on is a white mouse. Why? Because his physiology most similarly resembles that of the European, who is also afflicted by the SLC24A5 genetic mutation. So when they produce medicines, they are testing it in the most similar of a different species to try to determine the efficacy and how it will impact their physiology. When they get to a place where they say, okay, I'm about 90% sure of the results of this specific medicine based on our testing and our analysis. And so they then roll that out to the population. But the assumption is that you're not a human being. They didn't test it on your genetics. Your genetics are not the same as theirs. And so when they produce medicine, for us to take that medicine is as effective as you're randomly going to any one of your neighbor's houses, going into their medicine cabinet, closing your eyes, grabbing a bottle, opening it, and taking one of those to heal a headache. That's as targeted as the medicine is to your physiology. It's not even made for you, right? And nothing in this society is. But we walk around, we the only ones call ourselves one of, right? Everybody else doesn't consider you one of. We the only ones walking around, we're one of. And we got a right to healthcare. We got a right to, you fucking, man. I'm saying, you forgot. Like, as if your mother didn't have her own experiences here, right here in America. As if your father didn't exist. As if his experiences here in America didn't exist. As if your grandparents' experiences didn't exist. Why? Because you can show your fucking ass, right? Now it's all different, right? Why? What's different? If consistently in the last 20 generations of their family, heart disease was a consideration, would it be logical that in the next generation, you would never consider heart disease as being a potential factor in that person's life? No, you would not extricate the history that brought that person into being. So if 20 generations had heart disease, the likelihood is great that the next generation will also have heart disease. So if 20 generations have been apathetic, have been immoral, have been hate-filled and disconnected, what kind of farting fairy do I have to see to think that this motherfucker is gonna be something different? What? What? Could they give me a Chips Ahoy cookie? What could you give me to make me overlook the experiences of 100% of my family over the last 500 years? What? But listen to your leaders, listen to your talkers, listen to how comfortable my people are. Y'all are comfortable? Hey, bruh, I love it for you, man. You comfortable here? You, this is all good for you? I love it for you. Those who don't find comfort, Yo, we built a reputation. While they stood back and watched and all said, well, Pete, you did this, well, you said that. Well, all that bullshit was going on. We've been steady motherfucking building. And guess what? Though you didn't join, though you didn't build and watched, yo, it's still open. You can join and you can take advantage of the reputation that we produced to be able to buy lands anywhere, to be able to build anything all over the planet. Man, yo, if we step, are you kidding me? Do you see how many MMA fighters we have? Do you know the safest place on the planet Earth for any ledge member is in Africa? Are you kidding me? Yo, so as I said, it's a wind down. You ain't got to do nothing that I said. Don't learn how to filter water. It's your babies. It's your, it is what you will see, not me. Not me. My babies will be straight. How about yours? If they should fail, if white folks should fail, what happens to your family? Yo, I done told you. I done spent all the energy that I'm going to spend. You hear me? My dream come true. I don't want to be on social media. I don't want you to follow me. I don't want you to like me. I don't want none of that shit, right? I don't need no platform. I don't need no fucking YouTube money. I don't need none of that shit, right? So I'm not, no. I'm telling you, this is a wind down. I can't wait to no longer be on social media. I can't wait. I'm not on social media to keep in touch with any fucking body. I'm not on social media to understand what the fuck you think or what you thought. I'm not here to do that, man. I was here to build a multinational corporation that had the capacity to produce freedom for us as a people. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And so that being said, you come lay, stay, or pray. It makes no difference to me. The direction that we're taking ain't gonna change. We need the water. We need the food. We need the security. We need the healthcare. We need education. We need sanitation. We need utilities. These are the things that we need. And these are the things that we have already built. You've watched us. So me, like I said, I ain't got to ask for shit. Not anywhere on this planet Earth, not one day in my life. I ain't got to ask for nothing, right? I don't have to say please, ever, right? I suggest you might want to put your own responsibilities as the priority in your day tomorrow, in your day after that, and every single day that you're alive. Do not take for granted that somebody else is carrying your punk ass weight. You are supposed to carry your own. Don't call yourself a man. Don't do it. Don't do that. You're no man if you are not carrying and responsible for your own weight. You're man, look, don't, yo, that ain't no man. That ain't no man. A man is responsible, you see. And this has crippled you to the point that you call yourself a man because you got an erection, huh? What is it that you use to define man? Because you make a couple of dollars, that makes you a man, huh? Meanwhile, if something happens, your babies are looking to somebody else to save them. You got a fucking sign that says, bring me food and water, because you a man, huh? Yeah. I don't, again, my scorn isn't for them. I know their nature. My scorn is for mine that can't see and have the audacity to come at me. Yo, bruh, it's a flip day, man. Don't come at me. Don't. It's not a matter of agreeing with me or disagreeing with me. I'm not focused on the same shit that you're focused on. Okay? It's not, I don't need you to agree with me. Ain't nothing I said subjective. You need fucking water. You don't believe that? Keep it stepping. Right? Keep it stepping. Move away from me. You don't understand importance. You can't drill down and define the most relevant elements. You can't define for yourself a value system that is representative of being responsible and being able to take care of your family. Yo, that ain't got shit to do with me, man. You gonna watch your family suffer, not me. Not me. Yo, and if you got any kind of, if you got any kind of sand and you feel that responsibility is the right direction, you feel that on your knees is not the right place to go dribbling and smiling and make sure they like you. If you don't feel that that is appropriate to teach your children as a forward method, find me. Find me. And you'll find me with tools in my hand, with calluses on my hand. You will find me working to produce the permanent solution. That's all. So if you're looking for a stopgap, the Ledge Group ain't for you. This ain't no stopgap. We're producing the permanent solution that will last 1,000,000 years into the future. Come, lay, stay, or pray. You don't understand that? Yo, I'm not spending much time explaining it anymore, right? I'm not spending much time explaining it anymore. There are soldiers around that may take the time to explain it to you. I've told you for many, many years. So again, you know where we at. Come find the Grand Rising. You want to learn how to get free? You want to take advantage of the reputation that we produced over these last years? You want to be able to use that? You want to be able to get land and buy and build your own motherfucking home? You want to own that shit forever? Come follow us. Come find us. Come find us. You'll find our soldiers all around, and they will guide you relative to how to join us. You're welcome. I'm not asking you for nothing. I don't need you. I don't need you to join. I never needed. I didn't do this because I need. I didn't make any money here, right? I did this to free my people. That's what this was done for. So you come or you don't. It makes no difference to me. None. I'm wrapping up. I'm out, right? And the soldiers around me, I guarantee you, they out too. And their families and their babies, yo. And can I promise you, lemon drops and lollipops? Nah, I ain't promise you that shit. Ain't no one saving you. I'm not your savior, huh? I'm not your daddy. Nah, I'm not. There's going to be challenges that we're going to face. You will have to earn the right to be a free human being, no matter where you are on this planet Earth. It costs. In order to be responsible, in order to snatch responsibility for your own existence, it's going to take something from you, promise. It's going to change you. In that process, you will find your religion. In that process, you will find your philosophy. In that process, you will find your fortitude and your value system and what actually matters in that process. And if you don't go through that process, you'll be some creamy little bitch on the side that got no plan. Yo, I'm not sugarcoating it no more. You know where I'm at. You know where we at. Like I said, I'll be in Africa in a week from now. My feet in the hot springs. We chilling, right? You can stay here and you can hope that Massa and Jean-Claude Van Damme save you, or you can find us and dig your motherfucking way out. But don't come at me if you ain't got no tool in your hand. Hear me? We building solutions, not talking about them. Stay out of the Grand Risings if you ready to talk. I'm not interested in your articles. I'm not interested in what the fuck you thought. I'm not interested in none of that shit, man. If you come at me with fucking tools in your hand and plans to do something. If not, stay away from me, man. You don't even know who you fucking with. Stay away from me with that bullshit. You hear me? All right, man. I didn't mean to get all damn. You know what I'm saying? Yo, stay away from me, man, if you ain't about building, man. I'm not interested. Don't look for me to validate that you woke, and conscious. I don't give a fuck how smart you are. If you so smart, then why ain't you controlling your baby's damn lives? I'm not interested in none of that shit. Don't bring to me nothing. We're different, man. We're different. I spend all of my time trying to produce freedom. I spend all of my time learning how to maintain my own existence and planning to do so into the future. We're different, man. Don't, yeah. Come at me one way, with solutions, with tools, and a willingness to join and move forward. Outside of that, don't come to me. Ain't nothing that's gonna fall out your pie hole that means anything to me. You hear me? If it ain't fully focused, if liberation is not the conversation, then don't speak to me. Hear me? All right. Again, I ain't mean to get rough, man. But that's, hey, I can't mince words. I can't put it any other way. And this is how come, yeah, again, you ain't never gonna see me on the stage with none of your little roly-poly leaders, man. You ain't never gonna see that shit, because they'll get fucked up that night. Hmm? You'll never see that shit ever. I will not be in no debates. You will not see me on no symposium. I'm not gonna talk nice. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Yeah, man. So again, more life to you. More life. All right. One.